Hello, young scientists. Welcome to an exciting journey into the microscopic world of cells, specifically focusing on a fascinating organelle, the vacuole. Today, we'll uncover the secrets of these cellular storage bags, exploring why they're so huge in plants and typically tiny in animals. We'll start with the basics, then dive deeper, connect theories, and even touch upon competitive insights. Get ready to expand your knowledge. Let's begin our exploration with the easy level, understanding the fundamental role and appearance of vacuoles. Vacuoles are like the cell's internal storage compartments, enclosed by a special membrane. Think of them as small, dynamic sacs within the cytoplasm. Now, when we look at plant cells, we notice something striking. They usually have one very large, central vacuole. This single vacuole can dominate the cell's volume, sometimes taking up as much as 90%. It acts like a big, central reservoir, pushing other organelles like the nucleus towards the edges of the cell. In contrast, animal cells typically have much smaller and often temporary vacuoles, or sometimes none at all. If present, they are usually numerous and scattered throughout the cytoplasm, not occupying a dominant central position. The main job of vacuoles, in both types of cells, is storage. They hold water, nutrients, ions, and even waste products. In plants, this large central vacuole is also crucial for maintaining the cell's firmness, which helps the plant stay upright. For example, when a plant gets enough water, its vacuoles are full, keeping it firm. If it doesn't, the vacuoles shrink, and the plant wilts. Time for some quick questions to check your understanding. First, what is the main difference in vacuole size between plant and animal cells? Next, name one primary function of a vacuole in a plant cell. And finally, what percentage of a plant cell's volume can a central vacuole occupy? Now, let's level up to the medium difficulty, where we'll explore the structure and diverse functions of vacuoles in more detail. Every vacuole is encased by a unique single membrane called the tonoplast. This membrane is like a gatekeeper, carefully controlling what goes in and out, ensuring the vacuole's internal fluid, called cell sap, maintains its specific composition. This cell sap is a rich mixture of water, sugars, salts, amino acids, and even waste. In plant cells, the large central vacuole's most critical role is maintaining turgor pressure. By storing water and pushing against the cell wall, it provides essential structural support, much like air in a balloon, keeping the plant firm and upright. This pressure is vital for cell expansion and overall plant growth. Beyond structural support, plant vacuoles are versatile. They serve as primary storage sites for water, essential nutrients, mineral salts, sugars, and even vibrant pigments that give flowers their color. They also act as the cell's waste disposal unit, safely isolating metabolic byproducts and toxic substances away from the active cytoplasm. Interestingly, they also perform functions similar to lysosomes in animal cells, containing enzymes to break down cellular waste and old organelles. In animal cells, vacuoles are smaller and more diverse. They can store substances temporarily, transport materials, and form food vacuoles to digest engulfed particles. Some freshwater protozoa even have contractile vacuoles that actively pump out excess water, preventing the cell from bursting. To summarize the key differences, plant cells typically feature one large, permanent central vacuole, often taking up most of the cell volume, with a prominent tonoplast, primarily for maintaining turgor and long-term storage. Animal cells, on the other hand, usually possess multiple small, temporary, and less prominent vacuoles located peripherally, involved in short-term storage, transport, or specific digestive processes. These distinct characteristics highlight their specialized roles within their respective cell types, reflecting the different needs of plants and animals. Let's test your knowledge with 5 medium-level questions. First, what is the name of the membrane that encloses a vacuole? Second, explain how the central vacuole contributes to the rigidity of a plant. Third, name two substances that can be stored in a plant cell's central vacuole. Fourth, what is the specific function of contractile vacuoles in freshwater protozoa? And finally, describe one similarity and one difference in the function of vacuoles in plant and animal cells. Ready for a deeper dive? At the hard level, we'll analyze the intricate mechanisms and broader implications of vacuoles. The tonoplast, the vacuolar membrane, is not just a simple boundary, it's a highly sophisticated, selectively permeable barrier. It houses specialized transport proteins, including proton pumps like VATPs, which actively shuttle H+ ions into the vacuole. This process acidifies the cell sap, creating an optimal environment for the hydrolytic enzymes stored within, enabling the vacuole's crucial lysosomal functions. Turgor pressure, driven by the vacuole, is far more than just structural support. It's fundamental for plant life, facilitating cell expansion by pushing against the cell wall, maintaining leaf turgidity for photosynthesis by keeping stomata open, and contributing to the pressure gradients that aid water and mineral transport throughout the plant. It even underlies plant movements like the folding of mimosa leaves and the opening and closing of stomata. Vacuoles are also central to maintaining cellular homeostasis and enabling plant adaptation to diverse environments. They help regulate cytoplasmic pH by accumulating excess H+ ions, preventing harmful fluctuations. They manage ion balance by sequestering excess ions, like sodium in salty soils, or releasing them as needed. Furthermore, vacuoles act as detoxification centers, isolating and storing toxic heavy metals or harmful secondary metabolites, thereby protecting the rest of the cell from damage. In times of stress, such as drought, the vacuole can shrink to conserve water, or it can store reserves when nutrients are scarce. In carnivorous plants, specialized vacuoles secrete digestive enzymes to break down prey. From an evolutionary perspective, the large central vacuole in plants is considered a key adaptation, efficiently managing water, providing structural support without a skeleton, and serving as a versatile storage and recycling hub, all crucial for their sessile lifestyle. This intricate interplay highlights the vacuole's role not just as a storage organelle but as a dynamic, multifaceted component essential for plant survival and adaptation. Its ability to regulate internal conditions, manage waste, and provide mechanical support underscores its profound importance in the biological world. Understanding these complex functions allows us to appreciate the sophisticated engineering within every plant cell, enabling them to thrive in various challenging conditions. Now, challenge your understanding with these 7 hard-level questions. First, how does the tonoplast maintain the acidic environment within the plant vacuole? Second, besides structural support, name 2 other vital processes in plants that rely on turgor pressure. Third, explain the role of vacuoles in a plant cell's response to a saline environment. Fourth, compare the lysosomal function of a plant vacuole with that of an animal lysosome. Fifth, how do vacuoles contribute to pH regulation within a plant cell? Sixth, describe how the vacuole facilitates cell expansion in plants. And finally, why is the large central vacuole considered an adaptation for sessile organisms like plants? Prepare for the ultimate challenge. In this hardest level, we'll delve into the cutting-edge molecular mechanisms and competitive insights surrounding vacuoles. Vacuoles are integral to the cell's endomembrane system, forming from vesicles originating from the Golgi apparatus. The tonoplast, their enclosing membrane, is a marvel of selective transport. It's studded with proton pumps, like the V-type H+ ATPase and H+ pyrophosphatase, which actively drive protons into the vacuole. This creates an electrochemical gradient, making the vacuolar sap highly acidic. This proton gradient is then harnessed by secondary active transporters, such as antiporters and symporters, to move a wide array of solutes, ions, sugars, and amino acids against their concentration gradients, either into or out of the vacuole. Furthermore, aquaporins, specialized water channels within the tonoplast, facilitate the rapid and regulated movement of water, crucial for maintaining turgor and osmotic balance. This complex molecular machinery ensures the vacuole's unique internal environment and its diverse physiological roles. Beyond their general roles, vacuoles exhibit remarkable specialization. Lytic vacuoles, particularly prominent in plants and fungi, function as the cellular recycling centers analogous to animal lysosomes. They house a diverse arsenal of hydrolytic enzymes, including proteases, nucleases, and glycosidases, which are essential for degrading macromolecules, recycling cellular components through autophagy, and executing programmed cell death. Then there are specialized storage vacuoles, especially abundant in seeds and tubers, dedicated to accumulating specific reserves. These can be protein storage vacuoles, lipid storage vacuoles, or carbohydrate storage vacuoles, like those storing sucrose in sugarcane. These reserves are critically mobilized during germination or periods of rapid growth. In freshwater protozoa, contractile vacuoles are highly dynamic organelles. They cyclically accumulate excess water from the cytoplasm, a process powered by ATP-dependent proton pumps and aquaporins, and then expel it to the exterior. This osmoregulation is vital to prevent cell lysis in hypertonic environments, showcasing an elegant adaptation to their aquatic habitats. Finally, food vacuoles, or phagolysosomes, are formed in phagocytic cells, engulfing external particles of food. These then fuse with lytic compartments for enzymatic breakdown and nutrient assimilation. Vacuoles are also central to a plant's ability to withstand environmental stresses. Under salinity stress, plants cleverly accumulate excess sodium and chloride ions within their vacuoles, effectively sequestering these toxic ions away from the sensitive cytoplasm. This prevents enzyme inhibition and helps maintain osmotic balance, a key mechanism for salt tolerance. Similarly, for heavy metal detoxification, vacuoles actively transport and sequester toxic metals like cadmium and lead, often complexed with phytochelatins, preventing their interference with vital metabolic processes. During drought, while vacuoles do lose water, leading to reduced turgor, they can also accumulate compatible solutes or osmolytes, which help maintain osmotic potential and preserve cell viability under extreme water deficit. This remarkable adaptability makes vacuoles a prime target in biotechnology. Their large storage capacity allows for metabolic engineering to enhance nutrient content, such as increasing iron in rice, or to produce valuable compounds like pharmaceuticals or biofuels by directing their synthesis and accumulation into the vacuole, offering promising avenues for agricultural and medical advancements. The vacuole's functionality is deeply intertwined with other cellular organelles and processes. It works in concert with the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus, which are responsible for synthesizing and transporting vacuolar proteins and components of the tonoplast. The cytoskeleton, comprising microtubules and actin filaments, plays crucial roles in the dynamic movement, shaping, and fusion events of vacuoles. Vacuoles also indirectly influence the function of mitochondria and chloroplasts by regulating critical ion and pH balances within the cell and by providing storage for metabolites derived from photosynthesis and respiration. Crucially, the vacuole's turgor pressure is the primary internal force acting against the cell wall, directly influencing cell size, shape, and even dictating the processes of cell wall synthesis and remodeling. This extensive interplay underscores the vacuole not merely as a storage bag, but as a central orchestrator in cellular physiology, deeply integrated into the complex network of cellular life. Now, let's tackle the first 5 hardest level questions. First, describe the role of proton pumps and aquaporins in maintaining the vacuolar environment. Second, differentiate between lytic vacuoles and protein storage vacuoles in terms of their primary function and occurrence. Third, Explain the mechanism by which contractile vacuoles prevent cell lysis in freshwater protozoa. Fourth, how do vacuoles contribute to a plant's tolerance to high salinity in the soil? And fifth, discuss the significance of vacuoles in the detoxification of heavy metals within plant cells. Here are the remaining 5 toughest questions. Sixth, in what ways can vacuoles be targeted for biotechnological applications, specifically regarding nutrient enhancement? Seventh, how does the vacuole's interaction with the cell wall influence plant cell growth and morphology? Eighth, what is autophagy, and how is the plant vacuole involved in this process? Ninth, compare the biogenesis of a plant vacuole with that of an animal lysosome, highlighting similarities and differences. And 10th, propose a hypothetical scenario where a dysfunction in vacuolar proton pumps would severely impact plant survival. And that brings us to the end of our comprehensive exploration of vacuoles. From their basic structure to their complex molecular mechanisms and vital roles in cellular homeostasis and stress response, we've covered it all. We hope this journey has deepened your understanding and sparked your curiosity. For more such engaging and in-depth educational content, make sure to visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for regular updates and more fascinating lessons. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep excelling. Thank you for joining us today.